had some other actors in mind, but I was focused on Omari. To me, he embodied the combination of intelligence, masculinity, unpredictability, and violence that was Ghost. I just needed to help stars see it too. When it was time to begin casting, we first brought in Joe Sikora to read for a role of Tommy. As you're probably not shocked to learn, Joe absolutely killed it. From the very first page, he was completely at home with the character. The energy in the room was vibrant as he went through his lines. As soon as he left, no one had to say a word. Joe had the role. Next up was Omari. I was excited because I spent weeks hyping him up to the network executives. Now it was his time to prove me right. But unlike Joe, Omari was very flat. He read the lines, but his energy was lacking. It was clear he wasn't connecting with the character. Something wasn't right. When Omari's read was over and he left the room, one of the executives looked at me and said, "Sorry, but we don't know if this is the right guy." I understood why they felt that way, but I still believed in my vision of Omari playing Ghost. I just needed to help Omari see it too. So that night, I got on the phone with him. "Yo, you all right?" I asked him. "You didn't seem like you was into it today." "Yeah, I'm all right." "Okay, but they're telling me they're not sure you're the guy. What are we going to do about that?" "Well, if they feel that way, they should probably just go with someone else." That wasn't the reply I was looking for. It meant the conversation was going in the wrong direction. I had to get Omari turned around and prepared to fight for the role instead of feeling defeated. I needed to take the gloves off and be real with him. "You're talking about just give it to someone else? But then what are you going to do next?" I asked him. "Do you feel good enough about your career to just walk away from a starring role without giving it your best? Do you have a strong plan B for what happens when someone else gets the role and all the glory? If so, fine. But if you don't, you better get back in there and read that role the way I know you can." Omari kept telling me he didn't care if he lost the role, but I knew he didn't mean it. That was just his ego talking. He was disappointed that they didn't respond positively to his read. Omari knew he could act. He just was internalizing the information instead of performing it. "Listen, there's a reason why you're on top of the call sheet," I told him. "I insisted that your name was first. And the reason I did is because I saw you in Next to Air. I know you can kill this role. We wrote it with you in mind. You are going to be the star of a TV series playing Ghost. Do not let your ego trip you up here. If those execs don't think you're right for the role, go back in there and prove to them that you are." Finally, he began to see things my way. We started talking about Ghost's motivations and future storylines. His energy picked up. Omari began to see what I saw. "You're right, 50, he told me. I can be this guy." By the end of the conversation, he was excited and ready to read again. I set it up for the next day, and this time he was completely locked in. He had swagger and was menacing, but there was a deep intelligence in his eyes too. He was in the pocket. He was Ghost. Today it's almost impossible to think of anyone but Omari playing that role. But there was absolutely a moment where Omari was prepared to let that opportunity pass without putting up a fight. What a mistake that would have been. Not only would it have negatively impacted Power, but it would have cost Omari so many opportunities that have come with being the star of a hit TV series.